Hey, g'day. I thought I'd make a really quick video about how I go about breeding my own varieties of zinnias. As you can see, quite frankly, the plants look terrible. We're coming up to the end of the season. They're getting very, very tired. But to be honest, now's a good time to do it because they really want to make some seeds. Now, first things first, we've got to find a male to use for our combinations, our breeding. All the plants look terrible. Don't pay too much attention to them. I'm about to transition into spring flowering, but we'll just take this whole thing with us. Now, zinnias, and pretty much, well, anything in Asteraceae, which is, sunflowers, dahlias, the whole lot, they contain both male and female parts of the flower in each flower. So this one, I call this one purple ruffles. This is a pretty poor example of this. Trust me, it's a beautiful plant. And you can see those little yellow flower looking things. That's the plant's penis, quite frankly. That's the floret, that's the technical term. It's covered in pollen. You can guess what the pollen is. And underneath each petal, you can see here, these yellow things here that look like a Y. I know they're very tiny, but zinnias are great to use for breeding because they have large parts to them. A lot of flowers don't have quite as large reproductive parts. Zinnias are a great place to start. Now, I really like this orange one here. This is a great plant. I really like the form of it. It's had tons of flowers on it. It's definitely worth using. So what I'll do is, all you need to do this is tweezers too. Some people use paintbrushes, but personally, I just can't be bothered cleaning them in between each combination. So I just use tweezers in my hand. I leave the tweezers out here each time, so they're easy to find. And you just pick off all of these florets. They're covered in pollen. The pollen's just falling off of my hand. That'll do. Now, so what we want to do is we're going to play the role of the bee, and we are going to dab the pollen directly onto our stigma, which is the female part. Now, the stigma has exactly half the chromosomes needed to create a plant. Your pollen has exactly half the chromosomes needed to create a plant. They come together, they combine their genetics, and you have a brand new genetic in your seeds that you create. Now, time of day to do this is, well, for me, it's going to change where you are. For me, it's between 11 and 12, so where you're out here doing it. And the way you know when's the best time to do it is pay attention to when the bees are out in your yard. Bees are incredibly intelligent creatures. They know exactly the time of day that, the pollen is the most viable and the cross is most likely to take. And when they are out, so should you be. I don't bother covering my zinnia blooms because the way I see it is the zinnia, as it creates new petals, it basically covers the stigma, so it avoids being pollinated that way. And yeah, pay attention to when the bees are out. You want to hit your flowers with your pollen about every day for about 3 days in a row to ensure that you do get the, the pollination to take on the stigma. And then you wait 3 weeks, and then you harvest your seeds, put them somewhere dry over winter, and you're done. That's how you make your own varieties of zinnias. Also, as you can see here, I just mark purple ruffles. I call that one purple ruffles. That's the male. Peg, bit of plastic, chuck it on. Won't weigh down the stem too much. That's all you got to do, and you're a flower breeder. How awesome is that?